Hey everyone, it's FinalRound and my name is Jordan, and shout out to Austin from Calling Our Shot. Getting a cameo on ESPN. He's got a little clip on Twitter. So ESPN Deportes, my wife is Colombian. If you need someone for a sports betting video, you can hit me up, por favor, gracias. So that was awesome to see. I did take a day off. I took my wife out on a date Thursday night, got back too late to make a video, and it is what it is. The picks from the day before had Drew Holiday. He went under on points. Jared Allen was going to hit rebounds pretty easily, but then he got hurt, so he missed rebounds, and then Lauri Markkanen came through on rebounds for us. So for Saturday, we have a medium-sized slate, I would say. And for teams that are on a back-to-back, we have the Spurs. They're going to be at home against the fresh Cleveland Cavaliers. We don't know if Jared Allen's going to play. He's a game-time decision. And then with the back-to-back with Wemby, they may sit him out for injury maintenance and not risk him playing back-to-back days. So there's a lot to look at there, a lot to unfold because the Spurs are bad against the center position. So if Jared Allen is out, then you have Evan Mobley, who's on a minutes restriction, who could potentially get a decent amount of rebounds and points from that spot. And then we need to see if Wemby's going to play. And then we have the Warriors and the Hawks. They're both going to be on a back-to-back. And then the Kings will be on a back-to-back on the road against the fresh Bulls. So you will see images that come up on the screen. Those are from a data app called Outlier. There's a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial. And there's some picks that I found, some matchups that I really like that I don't have the lines for yet. So I'm going to give you the good matchup. So the first play that I like is going to be Donte DiVincenzo. I know he's been a very popular play as of late, but he's been really good as of late. I like him over 20.5 points. He's gone over this in 2 out of 3 games with Julius Randle out this season, and Julius Randle is going to be out for a couple more weeks. The one to keep an eye out for, the injury to keep an eye out for, is going to be OG Anunoby. He will take volume away from Donte DiVincenzo, and if he is ruled to play, this line may drop a little bit. He's been averaging 23 field goal attempts with Julius Randle out and OG out, and 15 three-point attempts, which is just absolutely insane. So if OG is out, then take a look at his 3 points prop. It's at 4.5. It's plus money. I would not take that on something like Prizepicks, but if you're on something like Sleeper, where you get an extra payout boost for plus money type plays, or if you're on a sports book that gives you extra money, I think that's a pretty good bet for the plus money for him to go over 4.5 3-pointers. That's if OG Anunoby is out. I think that's a good play. My next pick that I have lines for is going to be Nick Claxton over 13.5 first half points, rebounds, and assists. He's playing against the Sixers, and I don't have data on the Sixers against the center position with Joel Embiid out. But we did see last game John Collins at the center position, or Lauri Markkanen at the center position. I think John Collins is listed there. He had 15 points and 9 rebounds. And he's a little bit shorter than Nick Claxton, and he's not a traditional center. And then Lauri Markkanen, who's definitely not a traditional center, had 10 rebounds. He had a ton of points, but Nick Claxton isn't that type of scorer like Lauri Markkanen is. But either way, it's still a pretty good matchup up against Paul Reed and Tobias Harris, and no Joel Embiid out there for the center position. And I'm picking first half points, rebounds, and assists because you'll see on the screen, he's gone over this in 6 out of the last 9 games. He starts off pretty hot, and then I'm going to switch it to the full game points, rebounds, and assists. There it is. He slows down a lot. The correlation is if he goes over first half, he does go over the full game, but there are games where he goes over first half and he does not go over. So if he hits the first half, then he's more than likely going to hit the full game. But it's just more often than not, he just slows down after this first half. So I like him at that 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists line. And if you guys could, please like the video. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, give me your favorite play that you like. I really liked the plays that people gave in the last video. It was definitely good to see people's different perspectives and to see some common plays that people were putting in there. So I appreciate that. So put your favorite play in the comment section. But the next pick that I like is a matchup pick, and this is going to be Brook Lopez against the Mavericks. And the Mavericks are giving up the most 3-pointers made to the center position. And this is Brook Lopez's bread and butter, shooting 3-point shots. He's averaging 16.5 points over the last 5 road games, and he's making 2.4 3-pointers made in the last 5 road games. So I imagine his 3-points line is going to be at 2.5, and I like the over on that. If it's lower at like 1.5, fine with me, but if it's at 2.5, I think the matchup boost will give him the opportunity and some good looks to go over this with the 3 points made. And then before I get into my last pick, I want to shout out my partners: Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. I'm just kidding. It's Underdog, Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, and ChalkBoard. Use promo code FinalRound11 on any of these. I'll match your first deposit up to $100, and Sleeper does it up to $500. And there's links in the description that'll take you straight there with the promo codes. Thank you to the people who use those. But this last pick is a guy who's finally starting to break out of his shell. He's had some ups and downs, but it's Jonathan Kuminga of the Warriors. He just had a huge game for the Warriors. They are going to be on a back-to-back, but they're playing against the Hawks, who are also on a back-to-back. He just dropped 29 points tonight, and on Friday night. You'll be watching on Saturday most likely. But the Hawks are giving up the 3rd most points to the power forward position and the 8th most rebounds to the power forward position. And he's averaging 23 points and 6 rebounds over the last 5 road games. So keep an eye out for his points line and his rebounds line and potentially combine them together. He is averaging 2 assists over the last 5 road games. So check to see how much extra PRA is compared to points and rebounds, and see if it's just 1 or 2. If it's 2, I'd probably stay away from it. If it's 1, it could help out a little bit. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. The link is in the description. It's like right there. You can click on there, and there's a conversation that goes on all day long about the lines and different sports, and people bring in their insight and plays that they like and what they see. There's a lot of people who don't blindly tail people, and there's people who do research and they present it, and other people will discuss it and all that good stuff. So it's free. Hop on in there, and if you do well with these picks and you feel like giving back, I have a Cash App and a Venmo in the description. You can donate back to the channel, and thank you to the people who do donate. And I was glad to hear that some people liked seeing some of the sports cards. I do have another tiny stack to show you guys of some cards that I've got recently. This is more football, and this is more Cleveland. I'm sorry about that. I will get to some non-Cleveland players at some point, but I did get this Myles Garrett orange rookie prism to match the Cleveland Browns colors. This is numbered out of 275, so there's 275 print for this, and it's graded a 9. But I just really like the orange with the Cleveland Browns colors. And then a friend of mine who's a Texas A&M fan, he collects Texas A&M cards, and he had a Myles Garrett card, but he prefers them in the college jerseys, which I prefer my Ohio State cards in their college jerseys. If I get a Stroud card, I'd rather it be in an Ohio State uniform rather than a Texans uniform. So he just sent me this National Treasures numbered out of 25. And the jersey is game used. If you're getting back into cards, you have to read on the back down here. It'll say whether the jersey piece was actually used in a game, or it'll say like it was player worn, like they just put on the jersey for a second and took it off, and then they can write player worn. Or it'll say this piece of material isn't associated with any game, player, or event. And they just literally bought something out of a store and just cut it out and put it in the card, and that boosted its value somehow. So definitely looking at like old players, Like I got like an autogram card, and it's game used material, which is pretty cool. If it just said it wasn't used game, if it just said not game used, then I wouldn't really care about the card. And then this final one of Myles Garrett is this gold Contenders optic, and if you don't know, gold there are numbered out of 10, so 10 print run, and this is also graded a 9, and this is a rookie card. It's actually very expensive rookie card of Myles Garrett. I'll definitely be holding on to this one for a very long time. And speaking of football, keep your eye out. There could be something coming next week that you may enjoy, that may be pretty cool. Who knows? So we will see. We'll wait on that. It's still pending, and we'll see how it goes. But just keep your eye out for a Super Bowl video. So God bless you all. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. I hope you guys all do really well on this Saturday, because Fridays are tricky. So catch you on the next one. Bye.